Welcome to Roll for Videogame, the series where I let dice decide how I spend my free time. Let's play. As always, we roll for system. It's 6 retro handhelds. Next, we roll for genre. Ocho, Metroidvania. Now let's roll for average score. 6, give me an S tier game. And finally, we roll for video game. 3, this week we play The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past for the Game Boy Advance. Now, some may say this is not a Metroidvania, and I agree honestly, but I think this is a Metroidvania-like. A Link to the Past was developed and published by Nintendo in 1991, and it is an absolute classic. Some people consider it to be a masterpiece. And after playing through it for the first time, I'm inclined to agree. This game is incredible. The game follows Link in his quest to save Hyrule, once again, from an evil wizard. And what first starts as a pretty normal The Legend of Zelda game quickly turns weird. You begin your quest by searching for 3 pendants that are each hidden in a different dungeon protected by a monster. Once you acquire those pendants, you gain the Master Sword and you can confront the evil wizard for the first time. After this meeting, the game starts its second half. You learn that there is a parallel world to yours called the Dark World, whereas you reside in the Light World. And in this Dark World, the evil wizard has hidden 7 maidens with 7 crystals in 7 different dungeons. And Link has to travel back and forth between the Light and the Dark World to solve overworld puzzles, complete quests, find items, namely heart pieces, and save the world, or worlds rather. I really like going back and forth between the parallel universes, a first in the series at the time. The Light World is very normal and fantasy-like, with a castle, knights, villagers, even Zoras. Everything is very green and luscious and pretty. The Dark World is really weird and funky though. The world is arid and somber, and it's ruled by monsters and animals. Geographically, both worlds are almost identical though, so the overworld puzzles are really fun and interesting, and the whole presentation of the game is absolutely superb. It is a joy to explore it and find all the secrets hidden in this massively intertwined world. Of course, a lot of these are hidden in seemingly impossible to reach areas, but once you gain different items from the mandatory dungeons, you can really open up the map and explore its every corner. Speaking of dungeons, a Legend of Zelda staple, the ones from A Link to the Past are up there with some of the best, but they can also be very frustrating. Each of them has tons of puzzles and a gimmick that you can overcome by unlocking the special item of that dungeon. It will help you in it and in the overworld. And Link is a special items merchant, man. From his trusty bow, boomerangs, and bombs, in this game he also gets an ice rod, a pair of flippers, and some magical medallions that can absolutely obliterate the enemies around you. These items help enhance the combat experience in the game because it's pretty simple but challenging, to be fair. I had plenty of game over screens, especially at the beginning of it. And of course, I cannot fail to mention the original soundtrack of A Link to the Past. It's beautiful, it's a masterpiece, and the nostalgia hits you like a ton of bricks when you first boot up the game, and it sticks with you until the end. With that, I give The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past my Buenale Games rating of 9.5 out of 10. There's a few ways you can play this game, the easiest being the Nintendo Switch Online version if you're a subscriber. But I urge you to put this game at the top of your backlog. It's worth it. Gracias y adiós.